I'm Jeff Philbin, and this is Dinner DeeAs. And I hope you're hungry for food from, well, Hungary. We're making chicken paprikash. Tender chicken cooked in a rich, flavorful sauce with plenty of paprika and served on simple egg noodles. With Mother's Day approaching, my guest in the Dinner DeeAs kitchen today is the one, the only, Patty Philbin. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Hey, thank you, Jeff. It's so nice to be here.
It's great to have you here too, Mom.
Such a
This
joy.
is
Such
the
a joy.
domain here. My mom was the one who got me started on my cooking journey way back when, as we watched shows together. Jacques Pepin, Julia Child, Lydia Bostanich. We watched them all together. And to honor those special times, we're going to be cooking together on TV instead of just watching it. And we're going to be making a dish with links to our family heritage, your side of the family, Mom,
True.
a Hungarian recipe, chicken paprikash. As the name suggests, there's a lot of paprika used in a sauce to simmer chicken until tender and tasty. And I see over here you already kind of brought your own ingredients because
Well, two in particular. To make it really over the top.
over the top here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's true Hungarian paprika from Hungary.
Okay, so you brought this
I
from
brought
Hungary.
this back from our vacation that Maggie and Eliza went on with
My
me.
two sisters, they had a girls trip.
And we brought back the real official
Okay.
from Hungary.
But if you couldn't do that, we could be able to source a good.
Well, you can from.
But this is the stuff.
This is the real stuff.
This is the real stuff.
This is the real stuff. This
Okay.
is not from the grocery store. Smell that.
All right, that is actually all right, and then you got another thing too over there. What,
And then this is my side of the tradition, to add a little, je ne sais quoi, a little sherry.
a little sherry. Okay, very little untraditional ingredient going
But
in
it
there.
makes it just over the top.
It makes it over the top.
Yes.
But okay, because this is the thing. When cooking my mom's a great cook. And I always loved when she was doing dishes. But they were a little always inconsistent. Not to say one time it was good, and the next time it was bad. It was always like, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
True.
And then it was always like the secret ingredient. So yes, there's a secret ingredient.
This is the secret ingredient for the chicken
But the other
paprikash.
secret ingredient was always love. I gotta admit, that was always the thing you used to say
Always
was,
love.
what am I tasting, Mom? What is that? And I was like, is it more salt? Was it this?
No,
it was
no,
like,
no, no.
love.
Always love. Always.
All right, very cool. So, what do we need to do to get started with our dish here,
Well,
Mom?
first we're going to pat down the chicken.
Okay, what
And-
type of chicken do we have here?
Well, normally I like to do the thighs, but without the bone in it.
Okay. See,
Personally.
I like the bone in because you got a little bit more flavor.
Yeah, well, I like without the bone.
Did
because it's
we
just-
get the wrong chicken then, Mom?
It's not wrong. There's nothing ever wrong in cooking.
Okay. All
Okay?
right.
There's nothing ever wrong in cooking. So just pat this down, and then we season it with a little salt and
So I
pepper.
think, but we got it close though to what you like.
Yeah, close enough, Jeff.
It's close, close enough, Jeff.
And you're using sea salt and pepper, but
Uh-huh.
I do normally like a little bit of Jane's Crazy Salt.
Strike two
So-
already. Strike two. But you know, these are the things
wait
that,
a
like,
second. And to be honest with you,
Yeah.
when you said, "Mom, would you like to come out for a Mother's Day special?"
Yeah.
I thought you were going to be cooking me Mother's Day
We're cooking
dinner.
together though, Mom. That was the whole, that's the whole piece of this. Is that like we grew
I
up? You introduced me to food.
I thought you were
and
gonna be
watched this
doing this.
together. So I figured, okay, let's take it from one thing of watching it on television to being on television together,
Okay.
and to do this together. So.
But I thought you would have gotten the.
All right,
Jane's.
well, Mom, you're doing a great job right now with just the salt and pepper.
This works.
Very
this
cool.
works. There you go.
So you just put a little bit of salt and pepper already onto some dry skin here.
Yep, that's
okay,
true.
very
And
good.
then right into
and do you
your
do
hot-
anything with the other side of it? Just the skin side, or do you?
I just do this.
You just do the skin side. Okay. To get mine and my mom's recipe for chicken paprikash, hey Mom, what website should they be going to?
DinnerDeeAs.com.
DinnerDeeAs.com. Now the quickest way to find us is to use the QR code that we have in the corner of the screen. Mom, do you know how to use a QR code?
Yeah, you take your camera
Okay.
and you aim it right to the little square that
Yep.
you want to open up, and then boom, it opens up.
Magically, just like that.
Magic, TV magic.
TV magic just happens like that. And you're going to be straight to dinnerdeeas.com. All right,
Okay.
so what's next then?
Then into your hot pan,
Okay.
and you have a little bit of
Now, I like to use the Dutch oven for this one here.
that's fine.
Okay.
I used to use just a round, but that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Cooking pan.
Now, traditionally, you would use lard for this.
I would use lard. It's hard to find. This is the
This
beef
is beef
tallow.
tallow. So you're getting two things. You're getting a high smoke point. You're
Good.
getting all of that fat content.
Uh-huh.
And maybe actually a third point. You're getting a little more flavor here because of that beef piece to it as well,
True.
which is
And
nice.
We're going to brown this up really nicely.
Okay. Now you go skin side down, of course.
Skin side down.
Okay.
Wow, that's a nice.
Isn't that a nice sound?
Oh, that's a chef's kiss right there.
I love that.
That's a lot of chicken.
Well, we're cooking for the family here, Mom. We want to make sure everyone's eating right. And everyone at home could be having fun with us too.
Wow, that smells good too.
And if it doesn't fit, you don't want to pour out the pan. So I think then we'll save that one and maybe we'll do that in a batch there.
Okay, that sounds good.
So what are we looking for here, Mom?
A nice brown crusty skin, and you gotta let it do its thing. Don't touch it too soon.
Don't touch it too soon.
Just let it do its thing.
Okay.
And
that's that.
Oh,
it already smells really good. It really
smells
does.
really good here.
We're gonna take a quick break while I check if my therapist does telehealth sessions. When we come back, we get going with the sauce, including Mom's last-minute mushrooms. Ahead?
Oh,
Dinner
definitely
Diaz.
have to add mushrooms.
Welcome back to Dinner Diaz, where it's take your kid to work day, I guess. And of course, Mother's Day is this coming weekend. So my guest is my mom, Patty Philbin. Or maybe I'm her guest since she's doing all the cooking. Making a traditional Hungarian dish to celebrate the family heritage for her side of the family tree, a chicken paprikash. Chicken simmered in a sauce with, as the name suggests, paprika. Before the break, we got our chicken ready. The first ingredient and the first of our slight disagreements. I say bone and thighs. Mom, you said boneless.
Boneless.
Either way, though, we seasoned them with salt and pepper, got them into a hot Dutch oven with some beef tallow, letting them brown on both sides during the break. Then lowering the heat to cook onions and another ingredient that Mom thought needed to be added, hence a little detour on the way to the studio.
Mushrooms?
I don't remember mushrooms being in your dish, Mom. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember the mushrooms.
Maybe a little later, and we just added it for more health benefits.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
all right.
maybe that's when that
Very
came into
cool.
play.
Very cool.
Now we're gonna add a little bit of chopped garlic.
Okay.
Stir that up. And a little bit of tomato paste.
So you go right in for the tomato paste? I like to always kind of let that kind of just form that first layer of the flavor to cook the garlic with the onion and the mushrooms. Because I always then go for paprika.
No, not yet.
You don't do that part?
No.
See, I like right now, like this is the time where I like to see where it kind of comes through. It's softened a little bit. It's a little bit more fragrant. And I normally go for the paprika, but you don't.
I do the paprika in the end, but you can add it now if you wish.
Am I in trouble then, Mom? Because like normally, like what I do, and how I remember it was I take the paprika. I like to kind of just bring that layer of flavor in, because now you got a little bit of that.
And you could do your tomato paste now.
You're almost toasting it in a way. You take it a little bit off the heat.
Wow,
you're toasting
it smells so
and with
good.
all of what was the chicken fat renderings from the skin, and then you also now have all of what we use, that tallow versus the lard.
And you want a little bit of your chicken broth.
Look at that. Go rogue, Mom. You want to go right over that? Go right ahead. Let's go.
You want to put that back on the heat.
I can do that.
That's a lot. That's 2 cups.
Yeah, just shy of that. Yeah. There we go.
You want cook that down, and then I like to add a little tomato paste. Now,
You like to use, because I like the tomato paste. This is where I kind of go into it.
Just a little bit. I don't use a whole lot of this though.
Okay.
How's that for you?
See, I go a little bit more than that. That's how. Because I like that richness that comes through, and you get a little bit more of that sweetness too. Because like you got that paprika, and we're using really good sweet paprika.
Richness too coming from this secret ingredient.
Oh, well, my mom edited an approved recipe for chicken paprikash is ready and waiting for you at dinnerdiaz.com, or you can use your phone to scan the QR code to find us fastest, unless you're my dad, who does not have a cell phone.
Yet.
Yes.
His birthday's coming up.
Birthday's right around the corner. No time better than a present for 2025. All right, so we've added in our tomato paste, our chicken broth, and now we've got a nice little bit of a base here. And
the garlic's coming through. You could smell that. It smells
absolutely
delicious.
And that richness in color. It's the chicken broth has really kind of actually helped lift any of what was all the cooked remains from our chicken.
Right.
So
little bits from that.
this was also, I'm looking at the bottle here.
I like to add this. It adds a little bit of richness to it.
Richness
Not
behind it.
not a whole lot.
Okay.
Like half a bottle.
Not even like a little glass. Straight from the bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Straight from the bottle.
Just a little.
Just a little. All right.
Just a little. Just now. Then we're going to add back our chicken. Jeffrey, here. I think maybe a little of this to celebrate.
A little.
You and I.
You know, some moms, you know, and sons, they have a little bit of, you know, a mimosa go for Mother's Day. We're having a little bit of some sherry together.
There you go.
Cheers, Mom.
Thank you for inviting me. This is very nice.
Okay, I can see why you actually added that in there. I can actually kind of go
And when
with
you add the chicken back in, wow. When you add the chicken back in, and that all blends together.
Okay.
And then you're just going to put the lid on it.
There is a subtle sweetness behind that right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to do. You don't put the skin side down?
No, I want to be able to kind of keep that flavor.
This smells delicious. Too bad you don't have a smell of it.
Now, like literally, Mom, everything that I've done for this dish has been kind of like changed and edited.
It's okay. That's why you have me here.
That's exactly that. Mother knows best. All right, so then, but we do agree, this is the time that we put the lid on and just let this simmer.
Yes,
Though.
now you put the lid on.
This is the time that we do that part.
Absolutely.
And then this has got to simmer for what, about 35, 40 minutes?
35, 40 minutes, as long as the chicken temps up to 165.
Then we're good.
Then you're good.
Then we're good.
And
then we get to like...
the noodles?
Yeah.
I usually do cavatelli. I notice that you have egg noodles here, but that's fine. That's fine.
All right, folks, we're going to take one more break. Grab yourself a little glass of sherry if that helps you get through the show. Just saying, when we come back, we finish up this dish ahead of Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. I'm Chef Jeffrey Philbin for one day only since, look busy everyone, my mom's here to celebrate Mother's Day the cheap way. I mean, the fun way. Instead of taking her out to dinner, I've invited her here for us to make a traditional Hungarian dish, which celebrates ancestors on her side of our family, a chicken paprikash. And I'm sharing a recipe which I think, according to my mom, has been wrong every step of the way. Before the break, though, we finished cooking onions and the mushrooms, which weren't on the recipe, but a certain someone over here thought should be. Then added garlic, and after much discussion, some tomato paste and paprika, which you can add on or off the heat, depending on which of us you find more convincing. Then we added the chicken back to the pan, added chicken broth, and if my mom shows up in your kitchen, some sherry. With sherry, I mean, literally, just make sure you put the lid on and let it simmer. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, Mom.
Exactly.
Have we been doing it, like, right the entire way so far?
And then we just did a little roux to thicken up.
What's going to be our sauce. Because during the break, we cooked the egg noodles. Now, I love egg noodles for this recipe. And like you're saying, as a kid, we didn't have egg noodles, but I remember egg noodles. I totally remember egg noodles.
At cavatelli, all the time.
It wasn't the cavatelli,
I
though.
have to take this off.
Okay, then we'll just slide this one off over here, and we'll turn the heat off of our...
Okay.
But
It was cavatelli, but it was
Let's stay on the subject here, Mom. One thing at a time.
Ew.
I think it really was the egg noodles, because like if it was not going to be that, it was spetzel.
One time we did spetzel, homemade spetzel. But
I remember that one.
Yes, that was a lot to do. So then I went a little easier and just did cavatelli, which was just as.
And that's where the egg noodle comes in really handy too, because this
that
is
was good with tuna casserole. That
one you definitely did a lot of.
So a little bit of butter. Mm-hmm. And that's good. Soften that up nice. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I add a little bit of garlic powder on top.
You add a little bit of garlic powder in yours?
A little bit, just
I add just a little bit more olive oil in this one here, just to help a little bit of that heat here. Give it a little more movement with that butter.
And then we are going to...
Now, Mom, like I literally have everything inside the Dinner DeeAs kitchen over here. I mean, do you want us to get a little garlic powder? Was this going to make Mom happy?
No. But I would like just to test the temperature of the chicken just to make sure it's up to 165.
Deal, we can do that part.
I don't want to get sick on the drive home.
True, Mom. There you go. So you've got
165.
your thermometer. 165 is what you're looking for to know that it's cooked.
Wow. We're
it's
perfect.
good? We're good?
Perfect.
All right,
wow.
so then how about this?
Wow.
Then let's go ahead. We're going to remove these
Take the
off.
chicken out.
Now, during the break, you were saying that you started cooking this roux. You took that roux and you used a little bit of tallow, so that way then you stayed a little bit of the flavor.
And you whisk it up so it's a nice light brown color.
Okay.
And then we took that off the heat and we're going to add this into the sour cream, mix this up, and then that's going to go back into the pan there to thicken up your sauce.
Now, this was always a big contention, too, at the house, because, like...
I like it a lot of
you
sour
liked
cream.
it really
You didn't.
thin.
Well,
and a lot of sour
because we
cream.
would also do dinner rolls, French dinner rolls to dip
Yeah.
the sauce. But that's okay. Let's stir this up.
It's okay.
It's okay. Okay, let's...
Then we're going to throw that right into our sauce in here.
Let's mush it up a little bit
Okay.
to incorporate it. Oh, look at that. Lovely, lovely. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. Then we're going to put that in there. And then, once this all comes together, we'll put the chicken back in.
To grab the recipe for this chicken paprikash with all the ingredients, the amounts, and directions as revised and changed by my mom, go to dinnerdeas.com or scan the QR code down in the corner of the screen. And if my mom wants to change it again later, I guess it may just get updated again. This is going to be it. This is the final. This is the final touch.
This is it.
All right. So
you
what
can't get any better than this.
You can't get any better than this. So what are
No.
you trying to do here?
Just incorporate your sour cream so it doesn't break apart.
Okay.
And you can use the whisk for that. And just let that all come together. Thicken
Now,
up. You have this on low?
We still have it on the low heat.
Okay.
Now you and my sisters Maggie and Eliza, you all went and did a girls trip and you guys went to Hungary and you
Hungary, Budapest, and then we went to Vienna, Austria.
Okay. Now was this how they were doing it in Hungary?
I didn't ask them for the recipe. We just ate it and it was off the hook.
It was off
It
the
was
hook.
so good. Just as good as this though, trust me. Just like this.
All right, so I can
So
see
nice.
all of that now kind of has loosened up a little bit because that sour cream now
Let
is
that-
actually kind of melted in
See how
and now
nice-
it's becoming just one
That's how
nice
you like
solid.
it.
See, this
That's
is how I like it.
you like it.
Yeah.
Thick.
So is that the
That's-
right way?
Yes, Jeffrey, that's the right way. Let's add your chicken.
Okay, so the chicken's going back in.
Oh, lovely. And you can add the juices too. That's
Oh
it.
yeah, that's the best part right there. And even the mushrooms that were a total surprise for me
Absolutely.
on this one here.
There you go.
There
Push
you go.
that up.
And so then we
And
just
then
kind of let this cook for a little bit
A
more,
little
just
bit
about
more,
5
but
more minutes or
just
so.
let this. You could spoon a little bit of the sauce on top. And we get it nice and. You don't have to tip it over, but you can just
Okay.
get it nice on.
So you like to have a nice little bit of a color and coating, and then that
yeah,
last little
that's
5
where
minutes
all
to
the
kind
flavor. Yeah,
of bring all this flavor together.
that's perfect. Nicely cooked.
We got our butter melting down with our noodles.
Oh, Jeff, that's lovely. It couldn't be any better.
I like it. All right. One last break before we get to taste how this dish has come together. Please no wagering at home on whether I'll be sent to my room for a timeout. My mom's verdict is up next ahead on Dinner Days.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Dinner Diaz, where we're marking Mother's Day the traditional way by making Mom do dinner. Now that wasn't the plan, but it's kind of the way that it turned out. My mom, Patty Philbin, is here to make an old family favorite dish, chicken paprikash, celebrating our Hungarian heritage, and I have the perfect recipe for it, which I'll have to show you all another time because today my mom kind of took over and we did it her way. But that is total. But I love it because that's the way it should be. Before the break, I drained egg noodles, which are exactly the ones that you want to use for this dish, assuming you don't want the correct ones, which to my mom apparently is cavatelli.
Cavatelli.
You like the cavatelli, I like the egg noodles. Added some butter and then made a roux, which got mixed with the sour cream and added to the liquid the chicken cooked in. Then put the chicken back in the pot and let it thicken for about 5 minutes so it all came together. Mom,
It looks amazing.
It looks good.
I can't wait to taste this.
yeah? Well, cheers first.
Cheers to us. Thank you for having me. It's
Thank
been
you for
such
being
an
here, Mom.
honor.
I love it.
Such
This
a
has been an
joy.
honor for me, too. And cheers to you at home as well, my friends. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, I still see why actually you're adding the cherry. It's an untraditional part to it, but let's see how it all comes together, Mom.
Okay.
Where are you going in first?
Mushroom.
You're going in for the mushroom. That was the quick detour on the way to film with you.
I'm sorry.
You're like, oh, where's the mushroom?
I'm
She
sorry.
reviewed my recipe.
I'm sorry.
And was
I
like,
made
where's
you
the
stop.
mushrooms?
Did you do the chicken first?
I went in for the chicken first. Is it missing anything else, Mom? We added some.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Chef kiss.
Right on. It should be. I mean, you helped. You made it. I'm not gonna,
It's amazing.
you kind of took that and went with it.
So delicious.
So, can we agree that like we're okay with the egg noodles? Is the egg noodles going to be suitable for
We
you?
can agree to disagree all the time, which we do.
Yeah.
But this is just off the hook.
This is off the hook.
It's amazing.
This is the way to do it. So egg noodles are okay.
Egg noodles is fine.
Egg noodles are okay. I will admit, I actually enjoyed the detour with the sherry.
Okay.
I think it actually did change it a little bit. It's untraditional, but it worked. And the mushrooms, that was
Perfect.
perfect. That's all my mom. That's it. Thanks again to my mom for, well, everything, but especially for being here today and being so easygoing about all the changes I made to our family recipe, or tried to anyways. Grab whatever version of it is that we ended up with making at dinnerdeas.com. That's Patty Philbin. I'm her son, Jeffrey Philbin. Happy Mother's Day to everyone who celebrates. None of us would be here without you all. So see you next time with more ideas for dinner, as we call them, Dinner Deas. Love your mom.
Thank you, Jeff.